Live Radio. You just heard two great tracks off the Euphoria Abstract mixtape, and the tracks were called World, WORLD, and Million Miles. And we got the homie 431 right here in the building, right next to me.
Yes, sir.
So let me ask you about those two tracks we just played. Like, what was your inspiration behind those two tracks?
Well, with World, it was more of like just discussing like real life issues. Like if you look at the first verse and the second verse, the first verse was kind of like a girl that was stuck kind of like a prostitution type of situation, and the second one was kind of like from like a male perspective of being stuck in like a war torn third world country.
Right.
So it was just kind of like rapping about certain issues that you hear about but are not really discussed in the realm of hip hop. And so it was just like Welcome to My World, which was the hook, and that kind of just brought it all in because it gave you like an in-depth look at the world that they go through every single day.
Right.
And then with Million Miles, it was just kind of like chasing your dream and how far you're willing to go for it. Like, are you willing to go like a million miles to like pursue what you have in mind that you see as an ideal life for yourself? So that's where those kind of two. That's where the inspiration for those two songs came from.
Nice, nice. So I know you starting to make moves around DMV area.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
You gotta let us know, like, how is this journey for you right now? Because I mean, I can honestly say, this time last year, I had never heard 431.
Yeah, a lot of
You know
people
what I'm
haven't,
saying?
man. It was dope because it was like a lot of stuff, a lot of events. I was kind of on like the outside looking in. Nobody know who I was, and like now, slowly but surely, like people are finding out who I am. Shout out to my label, The Carry Out Production. Shout out to Jamal and Marion. Like I hooked up with Jamal 3 months after my first tape, Cloud 10, dropped. He hit me on Facebook and gave me his number, told me to come through and meet him, and we talked it up, and we just got everything out the way, and then he launched the Carry Out Productions as like a label, because most people know Carry Out for throwing shows, and he launched it as like a label, and I was one of the first artists that he decided to work with. And ever since then, it's just been all uphill from then. Everything has just been progress. We got stamped and our whole crew got co-signed by Ninth Wonder.
Nice.
So everything, a lot of stuff that I would just sit back at home and just think about is actually happening.
Right.
So it's pretty dope, and I'm blessed for all the opportunities.
And that's got to be a good feeling, man.
Hell yeah,
to just
man.
to have that kind of respect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's like when you walk, because like now when you go to certain places and people be like, oh, 431, they don't even call me by like my government name. They just be like 431. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's me.
Right.
And like and so it's just like a really really dope feeling, because you finally get some type of respect and some recognition for the work that you put in with this music shit. Which if you really pursue it, people like anybody will tell you is not easy at all. It's actually one of the toughest things to pursue. For real, because everybody's doing it now. So for you to kind of stand out from everybody and to get, a sort of recognition for what you're doing is a really good. In whatever field you're in, whether you're in radio, whether you play sports, whatever, just when you put in hard work and you get recognition, that's like one of the best feelings. So.
Right. And getting back to that whole, the fact that it's so competitive, what do you do, to distinguish yourself as an artist?
Production. You gotta set yourself apart. Lyrically, you have to set yourself apart also, but as far as production, you have to set yourself apart because if you look at it, not gonna say no names, but a lot of people are just rapping over like the same type of beats, like those same type of heavy drum, Lex Luger type beats. No disrespect to Lex Luger, but like that's the type of stuff everybody's rapping over nowadays,
right.
Or everybody's trying to be too Tribe Called Quest or too Wu-Tang or just like they're channeling the golden era stuff, but it's kind of like they're oversaturating it. You got to find your own lane and just kind of like distinguish yourself away from everybody else. Like one person who's a perfect example is Phil Day, because like him and Sonny kind of have their own sound that not too many people in this area or on a national scale really have. Then you got somebody like, say like a Yellow Wolf or like
right.
Even like a Kid Cudi, like he came in with a whole new sound and of hip hop that nobody has like ever heard before. So
exactly.
It's all about creating your own lane. Hip hop acts who've created their own lane have been the most successful.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like if you really want to be somebody, you have to be different.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we have the Justin Biebers and the Lady Gagas and the Nicki Minaj's, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're all being different.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
And people are actually following suit with what they create.
And people might think that they're, like, bubblegum or just, like, a drawn up marketing gimmick. But I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta respect their artistry to some extent because it is original.
Right. So yeah, man. So let's talk about this mixtape, Euphoria Abstract. Where did that title come from?
Um, I was under the influence, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. I was high, and I was just thinking about names for my tape because like Jamal hit me on the phone. He was like, "Yo, it's time. You know, it's time for you to start working on like a new tape or whatever."
Right.
So I was thinking of names for it, and Euphoria Abstract just kind of came up one day when we was in the house smoking, and just like honest to God, you know, and like I just ran with the name and just started looking for production for it. Got in the studio, started working. Um, the first couple of joints I did was AM Theory with Macabre. We did the Million Miles joint. We did World. We actually started off with about 20 tracks from for Euphoria. We recorded about 25 tracks.
Nice.
And we cut it down to like 12. So I got a lot of unreleased stuff that y'all gonna hear within like the next coming months.
Right.
But with Euphoria Abstract, it was just a really dope process of actually making music instead of just rapping. You know, it was really that challenge of can a lyrical nigga make music? You know, because you have a lot of those people who are super fucking lyrical, but they can't make a song at all. So I wanted to really separate myself and be one of those guys that is super lyrical that can still make music at the end of the day.
Nice. So we were talking, you know what I'm saying, before the show started about the next move, you know what I'm saying, the next project.
The Origami Letter.
There you go.
That's coming out sometime next year, man. Euphoria just dropped, so I'm
right,
not
right.
even
He's thinking about right
now.
now.
I mean, it just dropped.
It's in the moment.
But I'm not trying to go back to the stew and spend all that bread, but yeah,
right. I feel you.
You know, but nah. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's all about progress. So the Origami Letter, look out for that sometime next year. I'm
Nice.
probably about one track in for that, honestly. But I mean, look out for it next year. But as of right now, Euphoria Abstract is what is out there for the people. We're gonna be shooting a couple of videos. Actually, we're shooting a video for the song you just heard, Million Miles, within the next couple of weeks with the Great White Brothers, who did a couple of my old videos also. So, yeah, just really look out for it, man. It's gonna be something special, man.
Nice. So look, we're gonna get into this track, a couple more tracks. If you want to go ahead and introduce them, you can. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
you got plenty of time.
These next two joints, this first joint I found the beat when I was high too. Just one joint called Broadway, produced by my man Wes. It's a really, really fly track. It's kind of like, it's like some golden era alternative type shit. And then this next one produced by my brother Sonny Norway, the Opium Groove, which I got like a week before we were about to release the tape, and I knocked it out and he loved it. So he made the tape and. Man, they're real dope. I'm not going to sit there and cite my own shit. I'm going to let y'all have your own opinion. So, just take a listen, man.
Nice. Let's get into it. Broadway, Opium Groove, 431.
Carry out, bitch.